Hold on. You're trying to grow as a small content creator? Make sure you watch this video and not miss anything. In 40 months, I've got 70 million views and I made a ton of money. So let me teach you how. Let's get into it. We're going to be talking about how I think you should grow as a small, creator. I'm a small creator myself, but I've reached 33,000. I'm monetized on YouTube as I've stated previously. And I think I just have good advice because I think once you get so big, your stuff gets pushed either way because your community's so big, it pushes it out, you know, further and further. But first, I want to talk about your username. Now, let me break that down, bro. I think you shouldn't have anything crazy. It needs to be rememberable, memorable, whatever word you want to use. But it needs to spark the attention of the user. It needs to. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy, nothing weird, you know what I'm saying? But something somebody can remember the video and then link it back to your name. When something has like a crazy weird name and it has like not a memorable name, you may get views, but you won't be remembered because I can't remember what weird name you have. Like, I'm just gonna throw a few out there, and not anything specific, no ranking, nothing. Jinxie, something simple. You remember it. It's not hard to say. You got Joe Bart. I'm gonna break into a few categories of different people. You got Cash Nasty. You got Los Polos. Like, it's memorable and easy stuff you can put together and remember. So when you go back to tales, or say you post a video, right, and they go back and tell their friends, they're going to remember your name if it's easy. You're going to be like, bro, I seen this video, and they show it off to their friend. And then that friend shows it to another friend. And now you got 3 different people going to find that video, and they click on it. I think the best way for a username, like I said, memorable. And the next thing with the username, search it up on Google. You don't need no crazy stuff. I would search it up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'll search them up on those 3. You can search it up on Google too if you want to. You make sure it's not like your name's after a business, so because there's a lot of weird businesses and shit out there. But main thing you want to make sure is nobody else has the name you have. So when they look your name up, like even mine, like mine's Nick is Peak, which is it's a little out there, but at the same time, like say for me example, anytime I type Nick Merckx is gonna come up. You got other people, Nick A30. You got a lot of people, that use the name Nick. So I use the peak part to separate myself from just being Nick. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Nicks out there. Like, if your name's whatever, John, like you don't want to put your name as just John. Joe Barr is a little bit of different because he blew up on TikTok and then he brought it over to other platforms. You know what I'm saying? If you grow up from there, then you're good, bro. You're good. You do stuff like that because you already have a following that's going to come and watch you. You know what I'm saying? But I think the biggest thing is just making sure it's not named after nobody. Nobody on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube uses that particular name. It can be, some other people pop up, but nobody should have that particular name just so it doesn't get weird when people go to search you up and share you. You know, secondly, I think it all comes down to at the end of the day, are you willing to put in the effort? And a lot of y'all may say, you have jobs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, so do I. I only have 33,000 subs. I made a good, chunk of money, not to get too, into my business here, but I made some good cash off of it. Not enough to, do it full time, but I made a decent amount of cash. And I feel like I said, this is the best way to tell y'all because once you reach a certain point, you always have money coming in just because your community just keeps growing and it has a more active, somebody has 1 million followers, say, like mine, I have 33K. I usually on a video, like average, is like 4K. So if somebody has a mil, they have like around 200, 100, even maybe more than that. Active people that are actively looking out for that different content in that same page over and over and over again. So it's constantly going to push that because it's already people they're going to watch it that already like it no matter what the video entails. You know what I'm saying? So it helps boost that. When you're starting off, you have to be capturing that attention. And the way I would like to explain it, and like the way that I did it, you ain't gotta copy me. You can do, I would say either A, you do high quality content, like you don't post as much as like I do, but you're spending hours, editing, making content, and it's starting off, you don't really want to spam a whole lot of YouTube and Instagram and TikTok because they will think you're a robot and they will ban you. And then you have to start all over again. So I would say at least for the first month or like week or two, I would give it at minimum if you're in a hurry to start posting more and more and more, give it at least 2 weeks. And the best way too, and which I'll probably get into a little later, but the best way too is to have a YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok account. Maybe it's something you just kind of watched whatever on, but it's never been your main account, so you never really used it. That's a good way to use that account and then use that and turn it into that page because that account's already been sitting there for, months and months and months. Only thing is, if you post it and it gets 0 views, 0 views, 0 views, 0 views, there's one or two ways you can go about that. If you go the first way, if you're getting 0 views, just stop posting for like a couple of days and try again. And if you get views again, sometimes you just have to start over from scratch. Sometimes it's just like that. If you're lucky, you won't have to do it on neither three. But the main things on all three of those, you want to make sure your email is verified and your phone number is verified. That's how they know you're a real human being. Third, third. Oh, let me give you all the second option before I get into third. Second option is you can do like I do and post 10 shorts. I try to do 10 shorts and a full video a day. If you're doing that every single day, like prime example, bro. Say I do 10 videos. If I miss a day, I might do a little. I'm gonna do extra the next day so I can make up for it. But say it's 30 days and I'm getting 300 posts per month, and let's say they're all not bangers. They maybe not be, but there's a more. Say we times this by 12. 3,600. You know what I'm saying? And it's flipped, obviously, but 3,600. 3,600 posts. And let's say you're a guy that, like I said, went with the first option. And both options can work because I'm living proof. I post a lot and it works. But say you post only 3 times a week, do that 4, 12. So if you're posting high quality stuff and stuff like that, you're only posting 144 times versus me posting 300 times 12. I'm posting 3,600 videos per month, bro. And that's like if you're not big editor like me, I'm not a big editor and not a big thumbnail guy. If you see this and you know what you're doing about that, hit me up on Instagram or you can just email me because I need, some people that can do that because I'm not the best at it. And I feel like my videos could be better, but I'm just not an editor or thumbnail. And you don't need to be. I do everything off my phone on this channel, and you can check my analytics. If you download vidIQ, you can see my whole, analytics for itself. I have almost 70 million views in 4 months. In 4 months, I've made almost, I've made a lot of money, but I've got 70 million views doing it the way I have. And a lot on TikTok and Instagram too. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to need all this fancy equipment and you don't need I do most of it on my phone, gang. I do most of it on my phone. So there's no, like, the only way you don't win in this is if you don't post. Eventually it will hit because what you're going to need to do, and that's going to get me into my third point and probably my final point because I don't want to drag this video on, is literally just do it, bro. Just do it. Just I know that sounds vague, bro, but the more and more and more you do it, the more you start, and not just do it and then don't even look at it and then just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to find, like, say you're a reaction channel, like mostly this is. I want to probably do a gaming channel, but I might put that on a separate, you know what I'm saying? because I don't want to. That's another thing too. You want to make sure you're niching down. You don't want to be posting a whole lot of different stuff. Make sure you niche down. You feel me? Niche down. Niche down is the most important thing I can tell y'all. That's why I niche down. If you've seen my channel and you've been here for a while, I will start off with the 2K in the game and stuff. I niche down to the reactions because the reactions are what is pulling the views. Whatever is pulling the views, duplicate it, times it 100, times it 1,000. Keep doing it, but also while you're doing it, improve as you go. Very much improve as you go, because I promise you, if you do that, it's Jinxie said it, Ronaldo, Ron said it, but it's literally brick by brick by brick by brick. This shit is not easy. You have, scenarios where people get lucky and stuff, but for the mass majority of us, and probably you watching this, it's not going to be easy, bro. It's not going to be easy. And that's what I want to leave off on this video. It is not easy, bro. I work 3 different jobs and do this. And I'm up most nights late. You know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of, do you want it or do you not want it? And that's what I want to leave off. Make sure if you got any questions to ask me as a young content creator, small content creator, but I'm monetized, I can answer them down in the comments. I'm not going to sell no course. I'm not doing no weird shit like that. I'm still a small creator. I want to help out as many people as I can. So if I don't reply to you, shoot me an email. We can talk. I can try to, give you some pointers, but no pay, no nothing. I'm not on that weird shit. But let me know what y'all's biggest struggle down below in the comment section as a young content creator or a small content creator. Either way, away it go. And hopefully I can help you down in the comments, and hopefully somebody that is in the comments can help you out as well. So let's get it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the sub button. If you want me to make more videos like this where I'm just talking, giving some information, I can do more of those too as well. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And it's been your boy, Nick is Peak, and I'm out, man. Peace.